I had been married for less than 2 weeks when I started this course. I have learned a lot, especially how to use some of the tools I have been exposed to in earlier courses. I knew about podcasting and I had even made a podcast, but I had neither listened to nor sought out podcasts that I could use in my classroom. I found several podcasts related to science, from Smithsonian podcasts to NASA podcasts to Naked Scientist podcasts. I plan on using them next year in my biology class, and I now subscribe to several podcasts on iTunes. I was very reluctant about the blog at first, thinking that I had little to share, but I soon discovered that I have a lot to say to the world. As you read my blog, you may notice that I got more comfortable with the medium as time passed, and I started enjoying writing about things that I could share with others. Although this blog was intended for class, I shared many of my posts with my friends on Facebook, and was pleased that many read it and gave me feedback about it. I ran into a friend recently that I hadn't seen in a long time, and she turned to a friend of hers and said, "Remember that blog we read the day before yesterday? That was Jessica's blog." It felt good to see that others were actually reading my blog and sharing it with others. I started writing my blog for myself and my audience rather than just as a requirement for this course. I am particularly proud about 2 of my blog posts. The first one, entitled Cell Phones in Schools, was inspired by my classmate Patrick Masters. I started to think about ways of engaging kids with technology that they already have and use regularly. That led me to my second favorite blog post, which was about how Facebook can be used in the classroom. This led to a narrowing of the focus of my thesis, which is really important to finalizing the first draft of the thesis and developing an empirical component to the thesis. For my final media project, I will definitely make a video with pictures, video, and narration. I will keep a record of my research, which will be the biology course in Facebook, so that I can capture screenshots and important moments to include in the media project. This class helped me with expanding the list of possible resources for the thesis project. I was mainly looking at books and journal articles, but I now see that blogs, videos, YouTube, etc. are also good sources of information. For example, here's a video on YouTube that goes into detail about how to create a course on Facebook. Perfect for the thesis.